What's up, guys? Sorry for the background noise and everything, but I just saw the story about Amanda Todd. This definitely isn't the first. There's been a lot of things like this on YouTube. But if you guys don't know, you probably want to YouTube search it or Google search it. You'll figure it out pretty quickly. Essentially, she killed herself. And she left, like a YouTube video beforehand, a month before, just explaining her troubles. And this has happened before, but for some of you guys it's new. This video is just for the people out there who are looking for some hope, okay? I've known quite a few people who've had some depression, a couple who have cut themselves. I've heard a lot of stories, and also I know a couple people who have killed themselves, one guy in my school, and sometimes that guy I wasn't really sure. Apparently afterwards it turned out he actually didn't kill himself. It was like an allergic reaction or something. It wasn't really clear. But the point is, from her story, if you guys haven't seen the story, you probably want to take a look at it. But she tells a bit of a story using note cards, which I've seen a lot of, on what exactly happened. And I would say a lot of it was definitely not her fault. A lot of it was just the horrors of the world, okay? A main component was basically, she says like how this guy, first off, what happened was she got on like some chat roulette site, and she was flashing because these dudes were begging her and stuff. So she went ahead and did it, and then somehow the pictures got leaked, and some douchebag kept tracking her Facebook and then posting the pictures, even though she kept moving schools and stuff, so everyone knew. And that was, I wouldn't say it was her fault, because there are a ton of sluts on Facebook who do that all the time. And honestly, there's so many retardedly douchebag guys who beg for this kind of stuff, and there's plenty of girls who do worse stuff online, but they just get lucky and they don't get their photos leaked or anything like that. So I wouldn't say it's her fault, and it was this douchebag guy who kept following her around and leaking these photos. So she got extremely depressed, got into drugs and stuff. And then from there, she finally met a guy who liked her. But apparently, according to her story, what happened was the guy was a player, and he pretty much used her for sex, even though he had a girlfriend himself. And the girlfriend wasn't really understanding and blamed her 100%. And so they organized this big fight after school with hundreds of people, and they embarrassed her, and everyone made fun of her and stuff. And then more suicide attempts, and yeah, quite recently she killed herself, less than a couple days ago apparently. So none of that was her fault, I would have to say. A lot of it was due to a bunch of douchebag piece of shit guys out there. If you look at stories about drug trading and prostitution in Africa and South America, there are more gruesome stories out there. And honestly, in this world, I wouldn't say there's a sense of fairness to that extent. You really have to just prepare yourself. Me myself, this is the main part of my message. I've been through a lot of teasing, being made fun of, a lot of stuff like that, and there's a depression too that comes with that, and it's really hard. But what you have to do is you have to keep going. Sometimes you just have to. You don't have people to depend on. You have to know and figure out the tricks out there, the tricksters out there. Whether you're a girl or a guy, there are going to be players. There are going to be people who trick you, who use you for sex, all sorts of terrible stuff. You got to keep trying. You got to know. You shouldn't associate yourself with these kind of people. And my great condolences to this girl. I'm so sorry for what happened. It wasn't your fault. According to her story, she really liked this guy, and she took all the blame and didn't press charges or anything because she didn't want things happening, because she really liked this guy. But this guy was a complete douchebag. He had a girlfriend, but he hit up other girls like her and then used her for sex. And then a girlfriend who wasn't understanding, completely, made fun of her after she tried to commit suicide and failed. And, and she got all her friends to do the same thing, and apparently it was a horrible situation. So, there's probably a lot more to her story than what meets the eye from just her perspective. But honestly, you really got to, for those people out there who are struggling, you really have to keep going. There are times when I freaking said, wasn't too much to depend on, but you want to look towards Christianity. And you have to realize killing yourself can sometimes be the selfish way out. There are people who will care, family, people who you don't think will care, they will after you die. Look at all the Facebook fan pages made for her after the group. All the people who have expressed their concerns after she did what she did. And for those of you who truly feel like there's no way, there's like no one who cares about you, just do it for yourself, okay? I get made fun of a lot too sometimes, but there's always something, you have to really look at the world and see, how amazing some certain things are. And from the stories I've heard of, there are even worse stories out there with like rape and other stuff in other countries you don't want to even hear about that are crazy. But it gets you thinking about what's really right or wrong, or if there is really a right or wrong, because sometimes there just doesn't seem to be. Like the person who apparently did nothing wrong and got exploited, they're the ones who ended their lives, and they missed out on all the opportunities of life. But it's because, they didn't even think there's much to live for anymore. And, in a way, apparently to them, they thought, that's the best way to go. But I don't know, I don't even know where I'm going with this, but please just remember, it's a selfish way out. Don't freaking think you're doing someone a favor or anything by doing this, okay? If you're doing this, it's the cop-out way out. It's the selfish way out. You're pretty much letting the people who mess with you win, okay? If you do this, for those people who are watching and are struggling with suicide and stuff like that, if you do this, you're letting the people who bullied you win. So keep going, and let me tell you this: the best revenge is success. Some of you have probably heard that phrase before, and God knows where, but the best revenge is success. Be famous, get money, be an actor, a singer. Be famous. You don't have to be famous, because famous doesn't mean happiness at all. There are a lot of famous people who aren't happy as well. So just, success, money doesn't always mean happiness either, but success could mean just actually eventually finding a place where you actually have friends who like you, people who like you for exactly who you are. That is success, okay? Having, a job where you actually like what you're doing and making a lot of money, or maybe just being the guy that the people who bullied you have always wanted to be, but they couldn't be themselves. Maybe the people who bullied you always wanted to be profitable, rich, successful, and then boom, you made it. You've just proven them wrong. So that's what you should do, okay? Bear in mind, people like me are also struggling with it, but you gotta force yourself to have dreams, all sorts of stuff, dreams, goals. Just set yourself to something, and just do you, and just beware, okay? There's people out there, okay, and one more thing, if you have like a Facebook and everyone's just making fun of you and crap, delete that shit. Don't even go on there, just delete it, and don't even use it, because people will track you. If you remove the people who don't like you, they'll somehow find some way. So just delete your Facebook, don't even use it. If someone's bothering you, you delete that friend, okay? This girl, I expressed my greatest concerns, and I'm so sorry for you, but she didn't seem to delete her Facebook after all the bullying and stuff. She consistently kept going back to it and realizing that new people were making fun of her for new things. So you gotta get rid of that stuff. The time's running low. I don't have much more to say. Actually, I do have a lot more to say, but the time's running low. So it's already 12 minutes into this video. Just keep on trucking. And there's so many people out there. There's 7 billion people on this earth. I've done the math, okay? And you can do the math too. You don't have enough time in your lifetime to meet even half of the people on this planet. And the chances of 7 billion people on this earth all saying no are very, very low, okay? So you really have so many opportunities. If certain people don't like you, who cares, okay? This girl, it wasn't her fault, okay? She flashed a couple people on camera, whatever, and she got ridiculed for that. That's not your fault. You gotta realize that and keep on going. But of course, if you're freaking doing some really bad stuff and people make fun of you, then you should double check, and then okay, let me give you an example. Let's say you freaking I don't know, are a really, really bad person to other people just for no reason. You're just a total tool to other people. Then of course you probably want to double check and be nicer. But if you're not doing anything wrong, like this girl, she wasn't doing anything wrong, that's never the way out. Even if you're completely doing something wrong and you decide to kill yourself, that's still a loss, okay? So don't take the easy way out. I hope my advice has helped you guys. If not, good luck to you. I hope you're the best. And just remember, people like me are also, dealing with this stuff. So peace out, and it's really hard sometimes, but you just gotta keep trying. So see you guys later. Peace.